share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. Non-stop, even during the off-season. Let's continue to grind to shine. Mama said there will be days, literally, just like this. And for those who's flooding out prayers, condolences out to you and your family and beyond. Yup, the Cowboys rookie class must understand the cost. Plus more. Michael Parsons contract and beyond. Come on with it. Sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to hit that like button and share this content. Come on with it. Yup. 5, 4. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. The name is Law Nation. Come on. Good afternoon. And good evening. Yep. Come on. All right. What is your profession? All right. Appreciate everybody, man, for jumping in and having a great time with all of you guys. All right. So as I scramble and scrape for content, I'm literally scrambling and scraping and no vacation law. Y'all know my vacation is going to happen in a few weeks from here when we out in sunny California. But it's a workcation, right? You know, I work for you guys. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation, we got the understanding of the cost that is involved. But before we go into further details, I know that a lot of people were worried a little bit about Kavante Turpin. Now, this is what's the latest on him. I hope all is well with the people and that understand that, you know, it happens to us all, right? The charges and the things like that occurred and happened. I think that it's a misdemeanor as far as the updated information that we have. I'm going to go ahead and pull and point that out, Cowboy Nation. It is crazy, right? It is one of those things, whereas we got to be cautious around this time because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, bad news circle around the globe faster than any good news. And that's just how that goes too, right? So what happened to Kavante Turpin, let the AI speak on it. And whenever she get a chance to talk about it, you know, she's going to jump right on in.
What happened?
Okay.
Date and location. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, July 5th, 2025, Turpin was arrested by the Allen Police Department in Allen, Texas, a suburb northeast of Dallas. Charges.
What was his charges?
Misdemeanor for unlawful carrying of a weapon. Misdemeanor for possession of marijuana, under 2 ounces. Okay. He was booked into Collin County Jail and released on a $1,500 bond, $500 for marijuana, and $1,000 for the weapon charge. Released late Sunday, July 6th.
All right, so he had his little time in the slams, so late Sunday, so he had to get, the phone call and he made his rounds or what have you. And we get it, less than 2 ounces. This is America, right? This is where we at. This is what we are on right now. And it's completely, like my guy Toxic Tom says, completely avoidable, right? And you don't want to be in the slams with this on your resume, especially you don't have a squeaky clean resume. But not to beat him up, he will be at training camp for what the news that's reported now to us, that he will be at training camp. He will, misdemeanor is a misdemeanor, right? It's fines money. And if y'all look at his contract, he's a millionaire, right? So he should find ways to pay that fine off and whatever else that they do to him or what have you. Yes, indeed. But a suspension is not necessary. Yes, there's numerous of people that should be suspended, but they don't get suspended. I think, and I'm not trying to throw dirt on one incident to alleviate the other incident, because that just goes to show you that this is the world we live in. And I talk about this only on my Twitter. I didn't spread it out everywhere because the way Law Nation is set up, believe it or not, this individual is a client of one of the representatives that I've been in functions with. But I want to be transparent with you guys. I want to showcase that, these type of things happen across the board and nobody gives a dog. Let me see if I can pull this up. So hold on, bear with me. Let me pull this up right quick. Here we go. Oh, a lot of people want to know the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and everyone else. Well, Jimmy Ward was facing felony assault charges, family violence, and all of this stuff. And when the breaking news hit, 64,000 or right at 65,000 people tuned in. That was a month ago now, almost, right at a month ago. This news happened about 3 hours ago, 109,000 and counting, and that's only 3-4 hours ago. And what I'm getting at is that basically when you look at these two charts right here, and I'm not trying to open up old wounds, but a felony is higher than a misdemeanor, right? I'm just being real with you. And putting harm as it relates to violence on another individual is far more damaging than you having a little less than 2 ounces of God's plant, right? And on top of that, of course, with an unregistered gun in the state of Texas, you don't have to have your gun registered, but you guys get how these things can be convoluted and misconstrued or what have you. Now, which one of these situations and scenarios the worst, right? But which one is going to get more hype and pub? And it will always be the Dallas Cowboys. So what I'm getting at, for those who say, hey, shouldn't we be the America's team because we had did X, Y, and Z things? No. The America's team will always be the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody gives a dog of what Jimmy Ward did. He could have sliced and did Dexter Laboratory, whatever that Dexter guy that craved blood on one of them shows. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He could have did the Dexter thing to them people. They don't care, right? So I'm just giving you guys the real, raw, and uncut. It's just for what it is. Yeah, it's a gun show every 2 months in South. Yeah. All you need is money and ID. Yeah, the dude gonna be fine. Yet, it's like Toxic said, it's all avoidable. Yeah, it's all avoidable if you have your fall guy.
Money out, all of it. Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
Don't y'all know how small 2 ounces are? Shoot. Yeah. Try to have 2 ounces of milk and have a crying baby in diapers and let me know how they're going to work out for you. Yes, indeed. But what I'm getting at is that, and I'm not being an advocate of any of these things, but at the same point, any of us can get pulled over and any of us can be caught up in a slam or a jam, but not any of us are going to be doing domestic violence or punching people fist to nose and all of this stuff. So it's just for what it is. I live in Baltimore a few years. This ain't nothing. Yeah, ain't this right, Toxic? Yeah. Praying for folks in Texas. I got family there. This is Arnold Spears. If you have family that's in the flood zone or you lost loved ones at this time, I just want you guys to put a blue heart, a yellow heart, not yellow heart, but a white heart, blue heart or white heart in the chat. Man, my prayers goes out to you guys. I've been hit up with so many people that reached out to me and said, hey, Law, are you okay? I'm not in the flood zone. I'm not in that area, but I get it, We're going to dive a little bit into that, a little deeper into this show. But it is for what it is. Law, he still needs self-discipline, I don't know. All right, so I'm not here's my case on this. He wasn't intoxicated. He didn't have a DWI. He had got caught with possession with a gun and that green stuff, right? And I understand the way people can look at things and interpret it in a real negative connotation, right? Just like anything, I'm going to use the words of Mike McCarthy. Too much access to anything. If you get caught with 2 bags of sugar, right, and some Novocaine and some BCs, that's just as harmful or damage to his body, right? So at one point, we just got to be able to understand that laws are made to regulate, but laws are also a system of control. And the reason why a marijuana leaf is regulated is because there's no regulations on the tax aspect of it. But that is no harm than what he could have been caught with 2 packs of Newports. You know what I'm saying? And the gun. Like what kills more throughout the world? A package of Newports? If he had, let's say he had a box of Newports and the gun, which one is more dangerous? The box of Newports or the less than 2 ounces of marijuana, right? If we want to dive into more and more details, if he had a case of alcohol, whether it's beer or hard liquor, which one is worse? You see what I'm getting at? So we can't be out here as super hypocriticals of these type of situations when we are in the same boat. That's all I'm getting at. And we can all say it's all avoidable, right? Yes, somebody said Newport. But what about the Virginia Slims? Yeah, but nobody wants to talk about that, right? But it's just for what it is. It's crazy. The NFL sponsored by, like some of their shows, sponsored by Miller Lite. Literally, Miller Lite. And I'm not trying to cut my legs off from under my feet because Miller Lite going to say, hey, Law, we was going to sponsor you. But now, we're gonna pull it back. But who do you think kills more? Miller Lite, the beverage alcohol Miller Lite, or the less than 2 ounces of marijuana? I just want to know if we pull those storylines and chop lines up, it's just crazy. It's all about money and representation, politics, and who can get taxed and who can't get taxed and who came up with the idea first. That's just for what it is. Substance abuse is more dangerous for someone's driving. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's for what it is. College was college, yeah. Sponsored by Kush Plus. You know what they need to be talking about is these videos I've been seeing that people would take a hamburger from McDonald's or French fries from McDonald's and they be outside and they'll throw them in the street and the birds and the dogs will look at the McDonald's French fries and say, man, no, I ain't gonna eat that. I ain't finna. Hey, nah. Shoot. Dogs don't even eat McDonald's French fries. Which one is killing us the most? Hey, and that hamburger we go through the drive-thru, I've seen a lady put a hamburger of a McDonald's, like literally on the side of a street. Just a full, well-dressed hamburger from McDonald's. Not a squirrel, a rabbit, a rat, a dog, a hog, anything that's in the street, a homeless man. Nobody touched that hamburger. and you can go by there for 2 or 3 weeks, and the hamburgers is still in its fullness, in its same shape. The seeds that's on top of the hamburger is still there. Like, nobody want to pluck that off and eat it. That's just the world we live in, right? So I don't know if y'all eating McDonald's every day. I think that would kill you faster than anything that Kavante Turpin did this weekend. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm lying. Somebody right now eating McDonald's and a McFlurry, whatever, saying, "Law, I can't stand you right now, but let me get the chicken nuggets, man." Not even the homeless man. The homeless man walked by and said, "Hey, F you, man. I want the money instead." Have you ever pulled up to a homeless person and said, "Hey, here's the burger, here's the food. F you, man. I need the money. I don't need the food." Yeah, fast food don't age. Yeah. Oh, man, I ain't know that, Law. But let me quit talking about that, man, for y'all fool around. Y'all fool around and get me up out of here, man. Yeah. Yeah, fool around and get me up out of here, boy, for telling the truth. All right, so how can I switch the subject matter? Okay, get back to the subject matter. Okay. All right, so in the titling, I got that these rookies must understand the cause. We heading into the 2025 season, regardless of Kavante Turpin. We need answers. We need results. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. We play Philly. Let me look at our schedule and pull this up. Shout out to Tankathon. They're going to be our scheduling host for today. So we play Philly, Giants, Chicago, Green Bay. It normally take rookies two to maybe 3 games to get into real good football speed or what have you. Yeah, I read that report. Arby's is finna buy out Buffalo Wild Wings. That's a crazy buyout. Oh, that's a crazy buyout. Oh. If you like Arby's, put one. Now, Arby's got some good French fries. But if you like Arby's, put a 1 in the chat. All right, so with neither here nor there. Philly Giants, those 2 games. If you guys don't know the importance of 2 games, these are very crucial games because of the simple fact that these are divisional games. Your number one objective in the National Football League, in your division, is you must win your division so that you can get home field advantage. Now, the Cowboys playing up against Philly, we all know that their front 7 is what the driving force of their team. Are you guys more in fear of Philly's offense or defense at this point, ladies and gentlemen? I need to know from you guys. Are you guys more of fear? And I'm not saying that we are in fear of anything, but let me say this. What do you have more reservations on? That's a better way to say it. The Philadelphia's defense or the Philadelphia's offense? And then we're going to dive into our rookie impact. Hey, they fries are all good for, commode, yeah. I don't eat fast food, ice cold Cowboy. I feel you on that. It's the media way to try to get dirt on our players. I feel you. Only fries. I fear no Shiggles. I feel you. Ice cold Cowboy. Offense because of our defense. Oh, I love that. I love that, Holly. You said their offense because of our defense. Our defense is finite, the unknown situation. Offensively. Run game. Oh, so y'all like, man, if I'm reading this correctly, if I'm reading this correctly, most of you guys feel as if, though, it's finna be a shootout. This finna be a situation and scenario, offense versus offense, right? Because y'all said that you guys are more in fear of their offense because of our defense. Because I know for sure that we faced defenses like the Eagles before. And I get it. They were the number 1 ranked defense last season. But that's all we've been dealing with when we talk about 4 under center. And if he's healthy, we always been going up against good defenses, in my opinion, right? Reservation is our defense. So you trust our offense more than you trust the defense, which is granted. You got Pickens, Lamb, Kavante Turpin with the speed, and you still have Jalen Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo. right? Jalen Brooks, who is neither here nor there. So, yeah, I have no fear. God strong. I feel you, ice cold. Yeah. Our SB room is Cheeks. Super Bowl room? Or what's SB? Yeah, hot garbage for right now. Eagles lost some key defenders, so it's going to take time for them to gel together. All right, so as we stroll down, and as I try to get rid of this ad right here, skip the ad, get away. It might start playing the ad. All right, let me make sure we ad free right here. Boom. He. There we go. All right, so as we look at this, they must understand the cost. My day one starter out of this list, of course, Tyler Booker will be a day one starter. You don't foresee to draft a guy from Alabama, Roll Tide, if you don't expect to play the 321-pound, 6'4" guy who played 13 games last season as your interior offensive lineman. He will be the guy that's going to go up against Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. They're going to rotate. They're going to add in the other guy. I believe they have Ty Robinson. They have those guys that's in the interior. They're going to be shooting linebackers through there, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to blitz Dak Prescott. They know better. They're going to be nice. They're going to play the same way that Vic Fangio always played, and they're going to drop 6 or 7 in coverage. Dak Prescott, that if I'm being real with y'all, and like I always be real with you guys, is that Dak Prescott really, and just most quarterbacks do, struggles when you have a one-dimensional team and you playing quarters defense and you can create pressure with 4. The elixir to all of this is heavy as the crown. I get all of that. But the key components, if we're going to do anything against the Philadelphia Eagles week 1, these going to be the 2 key rookies that can hit you with the element of surprise, Tyler Booker and Jadon Blue. Because here's the 1,000 truth, ladies and gentlemen. You got to keep it up front, protect the quarterback up front, and you got to have the ability, the willingness to stay disciplined, to run. Here's what Philly does. They have been scoring on a long drive, inefficient with their scoring. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Smitty, they are really, really good weapons for the Philadelphia Eagles. They know how to use their ancillary pieces, and they have long, sustainable drive, which give their defense a boatload of rest. I want y'all to look up TOP, time of possession. When you do your homework, you will find out that Philly was one of the top teams in TOP. They protected the ball because they are a run-first team. They had over 2,000 yards on the ground. They had more yards on the ground than they had in the air, and that's very, very wild. And oh, yeah, I left out Phil Mafia, too. You know, I see somebody in the chat let me know that. And, oh, my goodness, appreciate all of the awards or rewards here of giving. Come on with it, and I'm going to give a shout-out to Sadiq Charles. And tell Mama Sadiq I said hi. Let me give a round of applause to her for this great gift. And y'all can hear the gifts coming in, and that's crazy wild in a good way. Come on with it. In the off season.
Take the money out! All of it!
Nobody.
Come on!
Let me give a shout out to Sadiq Charles.
Come on!
She also gifted Himothy, received the gold level 2. Willie Earl and them Stovall received a gold membership, gold level 2. Come on with
They
it.
can come closer than close.
Marcus McFarland.
Original, they never will be.
Are you related to Seth MacFarlane? Received the gold level 2. And we ain't talking about the 1 tier. This is gold level tier. And CBDC 92. Maybe that's Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, cornerback, Dallas Cowboys for life or something like that. 92, appreciate you. Received the gold level 2. And then East Texas Alex received
Nobody
a gold level
does it
2.
They can come closer than close.
Appreciate you, Sadiq. Level up, level up. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. Y'all doing the great work over there. Leon says, you are always real with us, Law. Good morning. No point of stomping from, from the real. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. So, if we're going to do anything, pardon me, if we're going to do anything, where my water at? Give me water. If we're going to do anything, we got to have some rookie impact. They got to understand the cost. They can't be in practice late. I remember Tristan Hill. He was eating donuts and milk right before training camp, right before Oxnard, and I did a video. He was just eating Krispy Kreme donuts. And y'all remember, this is way back when Krispy Kreme used to have the light on. And when they had that light on, you'd be like, ooh. And I would never forget, he had did like a quick Instagram video. He said, man, I'm finna head out to Oxnard, and I'm finna enjoy myself. That joker had some Krispy Kreme donuts, but the light on, man. Y'all just don't understand. When that light on, it hit different. You know, we talking about all of this other stuff that your body don't need. Sugar kills more people than anything, right? Sugar is the number 1 killer throughout the United States. Allegedly. You put allegedly, you know. But that Krispy Kreme light was on. And milk, yes. Cow titty juice. That's another thing that, you know, people shouldn't be drinking. But that's a whole nother story. He had a gallon of that. A half gallon. You know them little half gallon? With the red top with all of the fat and good stuff in it. And them Krispy Kreme donuts, I said, Lord, man, what do I give? Because at that time I was going through my stages of trying not to eat low vibrational stuff. And man, that brother, when he ate that on live, I said, man, you know what? He is going to have a rude awakening when it get down at Oxnard, because he thinks that just because you're in California that the weather's going to be nice, it's not going to affect him and all of this stuff. And that brother had that damn donut. I'm talking about it was disappearing while it was going in his mouth. And he was drinking. I said, he's doing this on live. If he did it behind doors, we probably wouldn't even, we probably would just say, hey, man, hey, the kid just first day of practice. You know, that's just what it is. But that first day of practice, I kid you guys not, you probably have to go back and do 1,000 videos a year. So you probably take forever to find that video. But he was laid out like Family Guy. He passed out his first day in training camp. And I'm telling you guys, people think that it's just going to be all nice in Oxnard and that the good old days of Camp Cupcake is going to continue to be here. No, that brother fell out. And what I'm getting at is that's when the Cowboys really dropped the ball. You know, when we drafted Tristan Hill. I get it. We spent that first round draft pick on Amari Cooper. It was very much so necessary. But by us having our first pick in 2000, what it had to be 19, by a big Tristan Hill, we could have picked up just about. We could have just blindly went in there and got another guy, and it would have been okay. They probably would have gave us more and more results than Tristan Hill. You know, because think about it, we passed up on DK Metcalf. We could have just drafted DK Metcalf. A third of these issues would have been over with. Yeah, you don't need more and more wide receivers. Can you imagine? Close your eyes. Amari Cooper. At that time, Cole Beasley was still Beasley, you know, and it's still you have DK Metcalf. It would have been really good. Damn, the Bama boy Roll Tide Davis says count T juice is crazy. Somebody right now drink. Give me the chocolate kind. I like the chocolate kind.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on! Wasting my time now. Come on!
Oh my God!
Come on!
Man. Yes, indeed. Ain't nothing. Back in the days, you know, plain milk was just plain milk. Give me strawberry milk. Give me chocolate milk. Give me the kind. Look, give me that rabbit. I'm talking about syrup. Give me that syrup. I forgot the name of that damn rabbit. I used to tell Mom, look, I want that syrup so I can pour it all in my milk. Shoot. It make the beard grow, you know. Yeah, I'm talking about back in those days when he says Amari is washed, but I'm talking about 2019 Amari Cooper, man. Shoot. Yeah, I haven't had cow milk in years just from Ace Boogie. But, man, I'm telling you, man, there's something about that syrup you pour in there, you know, that chocolate or that strawberry, man. Nesquik, that's what it was, yeah. Jeez.
Let's go, man! But let's go!
What I'm getting at, which is a long-about way of delivery time, is that we need for our rookies to really stand tall and be an impact for this team. And as I put the check mark by these guys, the X mark, it hit me. And I don't know. This guy right here, AJ or Cornelius, this dude, when you bump into him, he looked just like Terrence Steele. He looked just like him. I like that Terrence Steele. And then you bump and you see him again. Oh, no, that's the rookie, you know. He's sneaky. Look, when I'm out there in Oxnard, I'm going to be paying a real good close attention to him. Every now and then, we find a diamond in the rough. But neither here nor there. We really need impact from Tyler Booker, Jadon Blue, and Phil Mafia. Come Blue Mafia. We really need impact, big impact from these guys that's on the offensive side. Now, defensively speaking, Siobhan Revo, we may not see him week one. We may not see Shamar James unless he's going to do some unbelievable things as it relates to special teams. Jay Toya, I'm going to put a question mark by him. I'm just putting a question mark by him because I'd rather be safe than sorry. He's going to be a guy, in my opinion, I want him to surprise us. I really do. It's going to be hard for him to get playing time. I get all of that. But if week one, give him grace and mercy. I know he's not going to be on screen eating Krispy Kreme donuts with the red light on and downing a damn thing of milk, right? Tommy, I'm putting a big question mark by him too. I just got to see these guys. And I'm being transparent. There'll be focused levels of attention to the defensive guys this training camp because that's where our most reservations on. So when y'all say, Law, can you go on the wide receiver side? Can you go on? No. I need to take a look at the defensive side. All of the beat writers, all of the people that's going to be out there, they're going to be looking for flash. I'm looking for substance. I'm looking for if these guys on the low end can give us some reps. So that's where my focus attention is. I'm always defensive guy anyway. I think that the defense going up against the Philly offense should be our focal point, right? I get it. We're going to give you some guys some great highlights of Joe Milton. I'm talking about with the flip of his wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. You know, he can sling that ball at least 50 yards just like this, right? So I get all of that. Now, the premium look, the guy that's going to really make some moves on this defense is going to be Donovan Ezaraku. That brother, I had bumped into him, and most of the time I was looking at him as a frail, small guy. It appears that man done filled out already. Maybe he on creatine overload. But he looks like an absolute edge rusher when you see him in person. I think Donovan Ezaraku, as much as I dogged him when he first drafted, I was like, Lord, why we got him? Because I was thinking that we should get a cornerback there, right? And, y'all know me. I was thinking cornerback there or a big body defensive tackle there, right? Then when we got Donovan Ezaraku, I didn't see the picture because, I'm inside the frame at this point. I didn't see it. And then you guys, most of you guys, day one guys, if you day one Donovan Ezaraku guy, been watching Boston tape or what have you, put BC in the chat, right? So I'm sitting here like, I don't know about the pick. But, man, as you turn on that damn tape and you get the chance to see shoulder band, dips, you get a chance to see that this kid is just athletic. He's fluid. He got a good head on his shoulder, pause if necessary. The way he gets around that edge, and when it was time for him to stop the run in Boston College, he played disciplined enough to not over-pursue. He can set the edge. I'm not saying these things because he's a Cowboy, but to have 16.5 sacks, that sometimes can be transferable over to the pros. And on top of that, 3 forced fumbles. Look, his tape jump out at you, and 80 tackles. That means he's getting upfield. He's shooting through doubles, and he's doing his job, ladies and gentlemen. This dude is going to apply so much pressure. One pass defense, too, 3 forced fumbles. Y'all just look at these things, man. This ain't nothing to sneeze at. That 16 point, might have round up 17 sacks ain't nothing to sneeze at. There's an old saying, you can't have too many edge rushers. This kid plays through the echoes of the whistle. They need to work on his contract. I'm hearing, y'all let me know, he's still not signed with the Cowboys yet. He's in that crazy spot, in that second round, late first round, crazy spot where they're going to try to come up with an agreement. He has signed. Ace Boogie, did he sign? Because I could be wrong. Let me see. Donovan Ezaraku. An old adage, you never have enough pass rushers with Micah Parsons, Dante Fowler, Sam Williams, and Marshawn Nealon. I told y'all how Matt Eberflus talked about Marshawn Nealon. I haven't talked to Matt Eberflus since we drafted Donovan Ezaraku. So, look, let me just read. I'm gonna get the AI to read all of that, But as we really look into this, did he sign yet? They need to sign him. Shit, he need to get him on out there. Excuse my French, y'all. I know kids are watching, but they need to sign him. They need to hurry up and get him going. Whatever the deal is, get him going, because those are the things that could be lacking for us. Get him going. Let him get out there and practice. Let him get things moving. Don't want him on the sideline. Let him learn the playbook. There are some other things that we need to get things going, and let the AI speak upon this. Read that for me, AI.
Round 2, number 44. Donovan Ezirawaku, DE, Boston College. My take, an old adage, you can never have enough pass rush.
No, you can't.
With Micah Parsons, Dante Fowler Jr., Sam Williams, and last year's second-round pick, Marshawn Nealon, the Cowboys didn't need a pass rusher until you dig a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Fowler and Williams, recovering from a torn ACL, are in contract years. Theoretically, so is Parsons, but the Cowboys want to sign him to an extension. Eze Ruaku led the ACC with 16.5 sacks. He also had 30 for his career to go along with 45.5 tackles for loss.
Hey, slow down, girl. Slow down. Shoot that. Yeah. The number one stat that people are really overlooking. And that is a wild stat. That is a crazy stat. And let me see if I can highlight it for you. And you might as well note this as sacks. Yeah, if I drew that correctly. 45, don't y'all know 45.5 tackles for loss? That number there should be a wild number. 45.5, rounded up, 46 tackles for loss. Equivalency. That means that he is getting consistently in the backfield. That, I don't think that really is bringing it home to a lot of folks when we talking about, can we stop the run? Can we stop the run? That is literally what he's doing. Because if you hit the quarterback, that's going to contribute as a sack. But if you hit a running back, a tight end in the flat, a tunnel string, that is literally him being an agitator, a crazy guy that can get upfield, and a tackle for loss is very valuable. I think that stat line should be equivalence, por favor, as a sack. It should be. Like, we should start looking at tackles for losses more. Like, for example, I think Mozzie's tackles for loss is on the, I don't know if they even had it on here. Let me see if they had it for when he was drafted. They don't have it right here as a stat line. But just to contextualize, if my memory served me correct, he had a 0.5 sack, right? And I know he's a different position. 0.5, so he had a half of a sack in Michigan. And his tackle for losses was very low. Like, throughout his career, I think he had 5 or 6 like that in his total career in Michigan. A little less than 5 or something like that. Meaning that he only tackled somebody beyond the LOS 4 or 5 times. This dude literally had multiple times, quadruple times that of 46 tackles for loss. So that's crazy in a good way, Cowboy Nation. It's not a bad thing. He could be the element of surprise. AI, Tisha, continue to read.
8 forced fumbles.
No,
It will
rewind
be
it
up
for
to
me.
with 16.5 sacks. He also had 30 for his career to go along with 45.5 tackles for loss and 8 forced fumbles. It will be up to new coordinator Matt Eberflus to be imaginative in getting these guys on the field, but he also wants to use a deep rotation. Key stat, Eze Ruwaku led FBS with 62 quarterback pressures when rushing from the edge last season. Penn State's Abdul Carter, who went number 1. Third overall to the Giants, was second with 54.
Value. Yeah. How far is 62 from 54? Y'all, come on, math whiz. Come on, math whiz. I mean, one was drafted, third overall. Not saying that they're in the same boat, but damn, that boat is literally at the same docks, you know. And when you think about it, Abdul Carter, we see him week 2. Yeah. But Donovan Ezaraku was right there with him. And Flus is going to love easy. Yeah. Common sense. 8, Law, 8. Come on, Law. Yeah. So with that being said, that brother there is doing his thing, and that value is probably why his agent know it. And his agent saying, hey, a minute. Now, even though we were not drafted 3rd overall, but at the end of the day, Look at the numbers of my client. Look at the numbers, man. Come on. Hey, look at the numbers, man. Shoot. It would not be an element of surprise. Boy. Can y'all, shout out to you, Dr. Q. I see you in the chat. Shout out to you, Rodney Smith. Appreciate you for jumping in. Can you guys do me a huge favor? Can you guys do me a huge favor? This right here. Can I whisper? I would not be surprised if Donovan Ezeracco have a better rookie season than Abdul Carter. I'm just saying. It's all about the system that you go to, too.
Pressures when rushing from the edge last season. Penn State's Abdul Carter, who went number 1. Third overall to the Giants, was second with 54. Ezi Ruwaku had a 16.5% pressure rate last season, which was 5th best in FBS last season. In Boston College history, he is second in sacks behind Matthias Kiwanuka, a former Giant, and his 16.5 sacks last season tied the school's single-season record with Harold Landry III, who joined New England as a free agent this offseason. Hey,
all I'm saying is basically that we go over here and look at these type of things, and we look at these ways where this team can be improved. We got to understand the cost that's involved. There's no games to be played with this. The reality of it that, yes, we are leaning on more and more rookies to showcase us on offense. And we've been so dived deep into the area of need of defensive tackle, the area of need, dare I say, of cornerback, that we forgot about the strengths that we have. One being edge rushers. We will keep the flowers for the Eagles on their edge rushers. But we would know, because they're coming off of a Super Bowl, we don't want to be disrespectful. But we are disrespectful. F it, we are disrespectful. I'm thinking that we can walk in boldly, on paper.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
I'm willing to walk out boldly and say this right now, with a straight face. Let me get my composure together. Let me give y'all a quick smirk. We had the best damn pass rush in the National Football League. You heard it first. July the 7th, 2025. Let us get on the line, boy. You know, we have the best damn pass rush. You know, close your ears, kids. Grown folks conversation. We have the best pass rush. We do. Did y'all just hear how much pressure this kid is able to do? He's not even going to be the main piece that's in the puzzle. He's coming in as rotational fresh legs behind Sam Williams, behind, dare I say, Dante Fowler, who had double-digit sacks last season, behind Marshawn Nealon. And he's going to fight. You're going to see that dial turned all the way up. All the way up. Boy, Fowler, Sam, hey, rising tides, raise all ships and all of this stuff. When you look at the bendability, the flexibility, it's about to go down. And right now, somebody's going to be fighting their way down, man. Lord crazy, he's out of his mind right now. I can hear y'all right now. You know, I can see y'all in the chat. I see y'all. I see a few Eagle fans in it. Yeah. Don't kick them out yet.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it.
But it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
Yeah, you crying. Don't be crying. Hush your mouth. Hush. Don't be doing all that crying over here. Where y'all at? I can hear them Philly tears already. Where they at? Hush your mouth. Daddy's back. I'm home now. Riggs, lean forward just a little bit. Hush your mouth. Listen to Daddy when he talking. I told you to hush your mother. Hush your mouth. Lean forward. Yeah, it's butt whooping time. Week 1, September the 4th. Yeah, it's going down. They're going to be running for your life. Yes, indeed. Stop hitting me, Lord. Stop hitting, because we've been focused on one thing and the whole other thing is all good, you know. And it's probably be easier to plug that one defensive tackle than go find that edge rusher. It is hard to find good edge rushers, I'm telling y'all. And the Cowboys fooled around in the second round, got somebody equivalent that was a 3rd overall draft pick, and now you'll see when it's time to lay it down, because y'all will understand the cost that is absolutely involved with everything. Here's what we've been seeing throughout. We've been seeing this clip right here that's been circulating, and I think that old boy have a real good arm. And we're gonna switch over to Joe Milton. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy right here, 6'4", close to 6'5", 6'4.5", 245 to 250, give or take. They saying player strength these days, but neither here nor there. The man throws at ease. Now, a lot of people said, Lord, why you hyping the kid, man? Why you got to put some hype on him? Let him see him first. Let's see him first. When nobody was talking about Cooper Rush around this time, like look at the throw that Cooper Rush made, you know, or Trigger Trey, you know, nobody, Trey. Yeah, Trey. Nobody was talking about that. But what I'm getting at is that I truly believe that when we go into training camp this year, we get to see the fullness of what all wide receivers can do. I don't want no safe check down Charlie plays. I want to see if our guys can really stretch the field. And it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Every year we go through this. Every year we go through, hey, look at this guy, Jalen Moreau Cropper. Hey, man, he comes out of nowhere. Tyron Billy Johnson. He comes from nowhere. You know, he just come from nowhere, right? He played on the team, played with him, moved here, moved there. And we never get a chance to see the fullness. Like Ryan Flanor right now is mad, man. Like, hey, I'm not slow. I run the 4.42. I was open. It's just that the ball didn't come my way. Well, Ryan Flanor, you're going to have your chance to get your shine on this training camp. Yeah, and on top of that, to contextualize it all, that guy that's running, that's Jalen Brooks. He didn't stumble. So what I'm getting at is that we got us a live arm. We're going to have all of the eyeballs all over Joe Milton. This is not for all of the Dak unites, you know. and I tell y'all, man, I fight for Dak more than y'all know. But for all of the Dak unites, this is not a knock on Dak Prescott. But this is what we call temperature that is necessary for Joe Milton, because now he's going to see how Dak goes through his progressions, how he goes through his rhythm and flows, and he can pick up some game and knowledge from Dak. And Dak can look at Joe Milton and be that leader for him and help alleviate some of the things that he may be going through. And this is a great thing, not a bad thing, right? So many people look at this as a negative connotation, and I get it. Dak been here for 9 years, going on 10. But Dak unites. This is not a hate at Dak. This is a situation whereas, man, this is a good problem to have. You got a quarterback that's mobile. You can install so many packages, especially when we get into the red zone, money zone. Damn it, I'm so effing tired of us being in the red zone and we coming out with 3. No, I'm tired of that. It's been going on for, I believe it followed us. We had red zone issues with Jason Garrett, red ball. We had red zone issues even when Kellen Moore was calling plays. We had red zone issues when Big Mike said, give me the playbook, let me call the plays. Right? I'm old enough to remember when Kellen Moore was learning, had wet behind his ears, he was learning. We do a trick play. My guy Collier pointed it out. Every time we get to the 25, watch the trick play. Because that's what they was doing, you know. So what I'm getting at is that time out for all of this, Shotty. If you want to improve this team, improve the red zone efficiency level. Let us not be stagnant. I don't give a dog if it's the tush push, the brotherly love. It could be the boys' love. I don't give a dog. We need to incorporate that tush push over here, and we got a healthy, able body, 6'4". The dude is damn near the same size as Cam Newton, just a little bit smaller. Put him into that position when we get to the red zone and push forward, get the touchdown, wipe your hands out, and then you start the process all over again. You know, I don't give a dog. Give me the scores. I need it. So when we get into when I hear that, remember last year when we got into the red zone, I started playing this song. Yeah. The Kush Push. The Joe Blow play. I don't give a dog. We get in there, we got to score. I don't give a dog how zesty it sounds. Get in there. Yeah. The Joe Blow play, you know, give Joe a blow or whatever it is. Give him a shot. You let him get in that red zone. What about if he get hurt? What if we score? That play still haunts us. I've seen a guy break down. Ice Cold says sugar-free push. We need some type of push. Because I've seen a guy, I think it was M. Breezy. He came up on my news feed and he was like, Dak Prescott gave up against Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio shut down Dak Prescott. And one of the games that he used were the Miami Dolphins. I was like, nah, dog, you didn't really look at that tape. We got to the 1 yard line, didn't know what to do. We moved the ball 1,000 yards, got to the 1 yard line. Oh, let's give it to Tony Pollard. Oh, let's give it to Hunter Lupke. Dog, if you don't get it to the quarterback sneak and just run that thing, we at the 1. You had 3 tries at it. But now we got a 6'4", 245 to 255 pound guy. You put the ball in his belly. Joe knows. Just get in there. Just get in there. Don't look all cute. Just get the score. See, Mike McCarthy, to me, he wanted to get a little too cute when he got into that red zone. Yeah, him and all of the other things we've been doing, lactate push, that's diabolical. Well, regardless of it, we get into that red zone. I don't want to see no politics. I just want us to score. I don't want to see no hero ball. A whole Super Bowl was lost and won and gave an extra additive to the legacy of Tom Brady because they tried to get too cute. Marshawn Lynch was like right there. Lean forward and get the doggone touchdown. But you had Sierra Husband to drop back and try to squeeze the ball, and he had to look over the damn offensive line to do it. When it's such an easy play to just lean forward. Don't get too cute.
Nigel Wanza $5. Look at Shotty red zone offense and Ken Dorsey's red zone offense. That might give us an answer to our red zone stats.
Ooh, see, Nigel, you giving me homework. You can't just give me the answers to the test. it's not like I don't have a lot of things to do over here. Yeah. So what's the answers, man? Give me the answers, man. You know, don't give me homework. Don't give me homework, but I appreciate your support, man. Come on with it.
Dread it.
Run
from it. Destiny arrives.
What I really want to tell them.
And now it's here.
When we get into that.
Say,
I am.
You merely adopted the dark.
I was born in it.
I was born in it.
And when we get down there to that red zone, money zone, green zone, and when we get there, because we will be there, I just want to let people know when we get there.
On the real, me and your mama are getting real serious.
Yeah, we finna score, baby, sure.
Yeah, so it look like I'm gonna be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy or nothing, but if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me.
Come on with it, feel free. Homework, Rex!
My turn! Told me it was my turn. It's my turn.
True story. My daughter, she's finna go to the 4th grade. But I ain't gonna even hold y'all. She go to this little this private school, and they gave her all the homework. And I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, I can take a look at it. And your brother was over here sweating. That new math had me sweating. Had to read all of them sentences and move this, and you can have the answers to the test, but they wanted to be answered a whole different way. They got a whole new math system, y'all. And I'm sitting here like, man, all this money we paying y'all, why we got all this? I start complaining. Why we got all this homework? Yeah. Hey, Law, why you ain't lied tonight, man? I'm doing homework. 3rd grade homework was tough. Yeah. Hey, man, I don't know if you guys been around this world lately, but, man, this world been crazy, man, with these teachers just dumping off all of the homework. I said, well, what y'all was doing all day? You know, homework. I don't remember doing 3rd and 4th grade homework when I was growing up. You know, we used to come home and go play. But, man, that homework had me in a chokehold. I said, baby, why don't you go ahead and go up there and go on that tablet right quick while I finish this homework, because I started sweating. I said, man, let me go pull up ChatGPT.
Damn!
I had to pull a Bill Belichick over there. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I said, man, that homework had me on the locks. And I was like, all right, baby, when you turn this in, make sure you turn this in to the teacher. I want to see what we scored. And we end up not even scoring 100. I was mad. I was angry for a whole week. I said, dog, even with the cheat code, I still didn't get 100 on this test. Man, I said, man, homework these days is just a little bit too difficult, man. Ice Cold, I'm glad I'm not the only one, JC, and Ice Cowboy, Ice Cold Cowboy. Man, that homework, boy. Shit. I said, man, that homework, boy. My guy, Nigel, put me in a situation whereas I'm having recalls of my mind. Like, damn, he giving me homework. But neither here nor there. I would take a look at Ken Dorsey's, because he's our stat guy. All right, here you go. He got the homework for me.
Nigel Wanza $5.
There you go. You're a real one.
In 2023, Ken Dorsey red zone offense was 3rd with Buffalo. Last season in Cleveland, they scored 28 TDS of 39 tries.
Ooh, now that's my dog right there. Oh, I mentioned dog. Hey, George, leave me alone now, George. I done got George mad over here. Oh, Lord. Down, George. Nigel, down. Sheesh. You done brought George out, Nigel. Yes, indeed. So, in 2023, Ken Dorsey red zone offense was 3rd with the Buffalo. Boy, if we can get to those graces. 3rd ranker. Ooh. I'm thinking that Ken Dorsey is going to be a real good part for us, man, because I like his temperaments. I like his flair. I like the fact that when he got angry, oh, my God, man, when he got angry and upset. Let me see if I can put his name in here and see if I can pull it up. When he got mad, oh, my God, that meant everything to me, because we've been needing this for a long time. Let me see. let me see if I can find it right quick. Man, when he got angry and upset, I said, man, the Cowboys need this, man.
Allen went for 401 through the air. They ran out of time in the first half. They run out of time in the end. And the offensive.
Yeah. When he started doing this right here, oh, yeah.
Quentin Warner, $5. Law, my biggest gripe with the previous admin was end around at the 2-yard line. Just sick.
We lost a game like that to the Eagles. Y'all remember when Slay flipped Dak Prescott in half, and then Dak tried to run up to the other side. Brandon Graham, he stepped out of bounds, a whole bunch of stuff. And then we lost a game like that to the Miami Dolphins. We've been having a lot of issues as it relates to that red zone. And if Ken Dorsey, because I think he's going to be in the booth somewhere. If we can get this right here.
And
the
offensive
tear it up, kid. Yeah. If we can just get that, bro. I don't give a dog. Look, that's all I want. Look, let's be real. Can we be real with each other, y'all? Can we be real with each other? When we watched the last time we was in the postseason, and we saw the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody was like this, and nobody was like, and not one person, not a staff member, a cheerleader on the side, a person with the water
bottle. They run
bottle.
out of time in the end, and the offensive coordinator, Dorsey.
Nobody was like that? Shoot, that really, like, we got to have something like that on the sidelines, God, dog, somebody. So I don't ever want to see energy whereas we just sitting here comfortable with losing, comfortable with getting blown out, by the way, comfortable. Even if we winning and we can't score at the 1-yard line, right? Look, here's another thing. And I'm being 1,000 with y'all. 1,000. That's the only way I know how to be. The other part of it is that even when you are winning, it's how you win games. It's how you close games. In 2023, we were too docile. In 2023, we were too docile. Yeah. Let me say this again. In 2023, we're too docile. Pulling the quarterback out, 8 minutes left in the game, fourth quarter. There's a law out there in 48 laws, and I hope I'm not out speaking my wisdom teeth. It says crush your enemy. Absolutely. Crush them. Don't give them breath. Don't give them any hopes that they can ever breathe again. Don't ever do. I hope that we crush our enemies. Absolutely. Cowboys been too nice. You see what they do to us. You see how they handle us. All this yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. No, we need to crush them because they would not give us any mercy. I mean, when we saw the Green Bay, when they were running it up on us, they were spitting at our cheerleaders, throwing the ball and everything. We need to really crush them. Yeah, 48 laws of power, Robert Greene, Yeah, we need to crush them. Absolutely. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Green Bay. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find this. Yeah. I had it somewhere. Oh, boy, my recall is crazy. Even had the damn cheerleaders. Had the cheerleaders in shambles, man. I don't forget none of this stuff. I want to, when we play the Green Bay Packers, what week? Week 5 or week 6? We should never have our ladies out here representing the silver and blue. in tears.
So I cheer for the Cowboys, and y'all, the Cowboys vs. Packers game last Sunday, I have never experienced such disrespect from the other team's players to the cheerleaders in my 5 years as an NFL cheerleader. Like, we would literally be minding our own business, and the Packers just scored a touchdown. This is one example. They would come up to us, standing on the sidelines, minding our own business, and start yelling at us. Like, sometimes it was this close to our face. Also, I feel like that's unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's so crazy how they can do that. They can't do that to the Cowboys players or any other players, but they can do it to the cheerleaders, and nothing's gonna happen. Like, I understand the playoffs is a huge deal. Like, I truly get it, but that does not mean your humbleness and respect for women flies out the window. Like, what is going on? I can't.
They dogs. That's what was going on, lady. They were dogs. They would score that touchdown, and they said, well, I can't do it in front of Cowboys' faces, but I do it in front of the cheerleaders' faces. You know, I want the revenge. I want us to do it for her, too, by the way. Lost in translation, boy. He tried to lay up in that thing. Damn, lost. Oh, my gosh, boy. Lost in translation, boy. What do it for her, you know? Yeah, so week 1, Eagles cheerleaders, y'all better be out the way, because we bringing all of that energy here. Yes, indeed. We bringing it here. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
I want us to be on that side of it. Come on with it. And lost in that translation. We translated real on that one. But if you out here playing games and you need to be able to hear everything, I'm talking about even the sounds of the footsteps as you play, let me tell you the right way to go.
Spartans!
Yo, if you serious about gaming, you need to check out the Turtle Beach Self 700. The headset is built for power, comfort, the hybrid leather cushion, metal reinforced design, the clean, lay flat look that made to last, the real magic, the dual driver that give you high definition 24-bit audio sound. That crisp, that footsteps, clean shot, 3D sound that put you in the game. In switching device easy, you can bounce between PC, PlayStation, and even your phone with Bluetooth. Thanks to crossplay, noise cancellation, giving you crisp, crystal clear, zero static sound. Game smarter, play louder, dominate everything. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. You know, y'all like when I gave y'all that side view. I was like, yeah. And then Toxic Tom like, man, that damn thing not even on. Toxic Tom be hating on that commercial. But be sure to check out Turtle Beach Self 1700. And I got the Self 700. I got the Self 700, not 1700. I got the audio right here, crystal clear sound. And you can hear footsteps, no static when you speak into the mic and beyond. Be sure to download the information that's in the description box, or click on that link and then use promo code LAW to save some money and be able to listen to HD triple clear quality sound. Yes, indeed. With that being said, Cowboy Nation, as we continue to talk about these particular things heading into week 1, they just got to be ready. They got to understand the cost. I think that Donovan Ezraku going to be that guy for us. Now, I do understand that a lot of people may be going through some hardships right now. If you visit frenkelfirm.com, if you've been infected in that area, be sure to visit frenkelfirm.com. Put in your information. They got a disaster relief fund that they're trying to help individuals out with, and fill out that information and see what they can do. But it begins with...
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Jean Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817. All of the threes you can dial. It's a freestyle show. Be sure to reach out to them if you're in need. They will take great care of you. Now, the advantages of you, they're located here in the heart of Dallas, but they cover all of the state of Texas and beyond. So reach out to them. Personal injury lawyers, Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers. If you can't dial that number, visit frankelfirm.com. They will take great care of you from that aspect. Just remember, all threes. Yes, indeed, Chris May. And by the way, speaking of that, my hotline for you now, 657-390-7391. Jump on in. Give me your conversation, your thoughts on what we need to do heading into the 2025 training camp. Donovan Ezeraku. Shoot, that kid right there. He's everything. All right, so Cowboy Nation. Regina, thank you. Ant Brown, 916, 13-4. Straight to the Super Bowl. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. I hope that could be. We will be there. Appreciate y'all so much. The first person that's in the building from the 210, Dr. Q. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, brother-in-law, what's going on in Cowboy Nation, man? Just a couple things, Law, man. Great show, as always, man. I think this defense is going to be, like, super good, man, depending on the health, man. Yeah. But I want to start off, and I'm going to make it quick. I want to start off by saying, man, let's keep the folks in Kerr County and Kerrville in our prayers, man. There's been like 90 confirmed now that are gone. I'm actually down here in South Texas, so I'm actually in the San Antonio area. So I'm less than 2 hours away from Kerrville, man, and it's been rough in this part. But let's keep those folks in prayer, man. What I want to hit on, Law, if I can, opine, man. I missed your show yesterday.
Right.
I got in late, man. I want, if you allow me a minute to opine on the concealed handgun carry. I don't want to get into what the kid did and all of that. We leave that for the attorneys and all of that, right? If it even gets that far. But on the legal aspect of gun carry, I was an instructor for 25 years in my time in the military. I taught the concealed guns class. And so in Texas, where I'm from, you can carry the weapon in your car, but it has to be concealed. So you can have the weapon next to you as you're driving, but it must be concealed. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there's a thing called reciprocity. So folks, if you don't know what that means if you have a Texas concealed license, you can carry that weapon in 37 of the 50 states. You can go to 37 states and carry your weapon, for the exception of California, Illinois, Maryland, DC, Rhode Island. So there's 13 states where you're not allowed. They do not participate in reciprocity. That's what it's called. The second thing with that law is, this is real important for these folks. If you're in the Texas area and you're trying to get a weapon, concealed license, if you go into an establishment, you must know these three things. If you go into an establishment and you see the number 51 in red with a circle, that means 51% of their revenue is alcohol. You cannot have 51% of the revenue alcohol and a weapon in the same area. Wow. That same area. Now, you cannot. Now, you can go into, let's say, Chili's with your weapon. You can't go to the bar. So you can go and sit down with your family, have a burger, or by yourself with a weapon concealed. You just can't go to the actual bar with it, because 51% of their revenue is alcohol. So there's a lot of all these signs you see on the window, like Walmart, please don't bring a weapon, etc. That I'm not saying that's not good, but if you're a concealed guns carrier, that means nothing. That absolutely means nothing. That's just
break down, Dr. Q, the visible, concealed, or just in plain sight. Because break that down, because that's
okay. Here in Texas, okay, if you look at your southern states, Texas, Virginia, South Carolina, Louisiana, they are open carry, meaning that you can expose your weapon and walk around. Now, obviously, you can't go into any federal facilities. Like I'm a retired Army Ranger,
right?
As well, right? So when I was stationed here in the military, you have a form called a declare form. So whenever you went on a federal installation, you must declare that weapon. Like, so you know how you come through the gate,
right?
You have to let them know, or to check your ID. Hey, I have a concealed weapon. That's what they call a declare. You must declare that weapon. The states I just mentioned are open carry states. Now, here's what gets tricky, Law. In the state of South Carolina, it's some of them, okay, out of those 37 that participation reciprocities, I use South Carolina, for example, they do have restrictions, but in South Carolina, it's age restriction. So it's not so much that you can't carry the weapon because they are part of reciprocity. You just can't, you have to be the 21-year-old. Like here in Texas, you only have to be 18 to get a weapon. I'm not sure if you knew it or not. You only have to be 18 to have a weapon here in Texas. Now, you don't need, this way gets tricky. You don't need a license to carry if the weapon is in your home and someone breaks into your home. You don't need a license for that because you're defending the home. That falls in a different category.
Well, you know, I gotta ask you this though.
Also understand,
Dr. Q. Dr. Q.
If you're in your car.
Hey, Dr. Q. Can you hear me?
Someone comes up to you, they have a mental breakdown, and they come up to your vehicle with a metal pole.
Okay, yeah.
And they smash the front windows, or they smash the passenger side window. If you shoot them, you are going to jail. You're straight going to jail. Now, some people say, well, what I fear for my life. No, because you had time to dial 911. You had time. This is Texas law. In Virginia, the same way. You had time to call the police while they're banging your front window out. It doesn't make sense. But that's
hey,
the
Doc.
law. Now,
hey, Q, can you hear me?
Hey,
Dr. Q, can you hear me?
Then it's off. You have every authorization to shoot and kill them. But just because they hit on your back window, your back hood, your front hood, I promise you, if you shoot that person, you're going to jail. You wouldn't think that, right? But you're going to jail because you feel like, hey, he's got a metal pole. I felt for my life. But the law in the state of Texas and Virginia for sure says that you have enough.
Yo, you still there?
That makes sense. Let that sink in your mental. Like, man, this guy has a pole. I feel for my life, but you can't shoot him, Law. It has to be a direct threat, brother. It has to be a direct threat where they're coming up to your window and you have no other choice. That's it. That's the law. If you understand those 2 or 3 things right there that I just mentioned.
Hey, Dr. Kim, you there? Hello?
Law, you there?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get you for the last few seconds.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, man. I have my earphones on. No problem, brother. I'm sorry about that, Law.
No, you good.
I was trying to take these Bose earphones out my ear and talk to you straight on the phone, but I don't know if you caught this part. What I was saying is, if someone comes to your window, I'm not sure if you got this, Law. If someone comes to your window with a metal pole and you're in your car and they attempt to break your front window,
right,
smash your hood in, if you shoot and kill them in the state of Texas and Virginia and other southern states, you're going to jail.
Man,
because that's not a direct threat. That's not a direct threat.
Well, hold on. Well, I'd rather, you know the saying, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Exactly.
So if I'm in my vehicle and they got a long object and they busting out my windows attempting to get in, I'm not finna see what they gonna do once they get in. I'm just gonna let mine. Right. I'm just gonna empty the clip. But I'm getting at the fact that your vehicle is in the extension of your house, right? You know, now break that down one more time for us, man. That's why I'm going to get it. Yeah,
All right. No problem. And that's why it's real important. If you're traveling, I do a lot of traveling. If you're traveling from state to state, you must try to attempt to contact that state's policy, because the reciprocity only applies to 37 states. 13 does not participate in that, and you must know their laws, because I'm telling you. So the breakdown law is if you're driving and you stop at a red light or something, and someone outside your vehicle has a mental lapse, and they could have bad intentions. I don't know. They could have bad intentions, and they come to your front window, the front of your car, with a metal pole or stick, and they start to smash your window, or they start to smash your front hood.
Right.
The Texas law says you cannot shoot and kill that individual. You must get on the phone and call the police, because what they're saying is that you have time to react. It's not like they're using a pistol. You have time to react to call the police. That is the Texas law. That's why you must read that.
Yeah.
However, and I know what you're saying. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
But if they come up to your driver's side window and you're the driver, you can shoot them all day. Okay. Because at that point, but when you think about law, it makes sense. At that point, your life is really, really in danger, because the percentages of someone with a metal pole hitting the driver's side window while you're sitting there is a lot greater than someone hitting your front window or the front hood of your car. That's the way the law looks at it. The law says you cannot shoot and kill that person. You will go to jail. Yeah. Also, last thing, law.
What's that?
There's a thing I've been carrying for years, man. It's called the USCCA, United States Concealed Carry Association. It's like depending on what package you want, but they range from about $30 to $45. These are lawyers that work on your behalf if something was to go down. So I want, our fans, if you're in the chat, if you are a concealed gun license, man, you need to learn your state laws.
I'm gonna see if Kavante Turpin need to join that group right there for $35. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna reach out to his agent like, hey. Real talk with all bullshit aside. Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, Dr. Q. When you get pulled over by an officer, do you go ahead and tell him I got a concealed firearm in the car, or do you just let him ask you first and then you say, well, what's your vibe?
Well, okay, so then I know you want a short, right?
Yeah, but you short.
Yeah, depending if you on state or federal grid. If you're on a state or federal grid. Now, I still go on the military post to shop, et cetera, you definitely need to let them know on the federal side without question, right?
Right.
But on the state side, you can wait for them to ask, or you can say, depending on you, because you can kind of feel the officer's mood, right? When they come up there, you can say, hey, look, I just want to let you know, keeping your hands on the wheel. Or keeping your hands out, I just want to let you know, hey, I am a concealed guns carrier. I have a license to carry. The officer's going to say, where do you have the weapon currently at this time? You can say, I have it on my person. I have it on my armrest. And some people, for the life of me, I understand this. You're a concealed guns carrier, but you have it in your glove compartment. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because if something comes down, how are you going to reach for that, right? So, but for me to answer question, law, I would still let them know, hey, look, I'm a licensed carrier. Because what they do, law, is when they run your license, they're going to see that you're a concealed gun carrier anyway. All that's in the system. Because when you send the paperwork up, it all goes to Austin. They're going to see. They're going to see that you have a license, driver's license, an ID card, concealed handgun carry license. They're going to see all that. But if you don't tell them, the law is going to come back and say, "Oh, I see you have a concealed handguns carry license."
All right, but last but not least,
okay,
in the state of Texas, because I know a lot of people, we educating a lot of folks over here. In closing,
okay,
break down the fact that you don't have to register for the state of Texas. Break it down. Because I registered in the state of Mississippi and all this good stuff. But I want you to break that part down before we let you go.
Okay, all right. And let me try to keep it simple. So for me, I lived in Virginia, right? So I still have a Virginia license and a Texas license. I live in Texas now. That's where I'm from. But I have both. But my Virginia license doesn't expire for another year out. Now, for this purpose, to purchasing a weapon, you must have a license for that state. Like I can't go to North Carolina, living in the state of Texas, and purchase a weapon there with the opposite license. That makes sense?
Facts.
But oh man, I'm sorry, man. I totally forgot the question he was asking me, man. I'm sorry about that. Say it again, if you don't mind.
I was just saying that you don't have to register for the state of Texas. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
If you have it depends on if whatever state that you're representing, if they participate in the reciprocity. Because remember, 37 states participate in that, 17 don't. So if you happen to go to one of those states that don't, and you have that weapon, you're going to be in trouble. But yeah, you have to. I do. So I still call the police department here. I think I'm answering the question though. I still use the police department here in my city and say, hey, I just want to let you know that I want to register my weapon, because if it's stolen and someone uses it in a murder, guess who's in trouble?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
You are. So yeah, I would say register the weapon with your city first. Because the state's already going to know based on the information in the system. Register it with your city, just in case you run into something like that where the weapon is stolen and someone uses it in a murder. It won't come back to you. It would have already been scratched off. So I don't know if I answered your question with that, Law. If that was the answer.
Man, we really appreciate you, Dr. Q, and thank you for all of your knowledge, man.
No problem, man. Yesterday, man, I caught the tail end, but I wasn't able to call in.
Right.
And I'm listening to some of your listeners, and they were like, well, such. I was like, no, you must understand the law in your state. Because I promise you, Law, one mistake, bro, you will be locked up. That's the honest God truth. Yep. Well, I appreciate you, Law, letting me vent out, man. Thank you very much, man. I'm sorry about that, Cowboy Nation, running my mouth, man.
Nah, you good, man.
Right.
You're a legend over here,
all right.
Man. Appreciate you, Dr. Q, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. No problem. Take care now.
That's Dr. Q, man. And I know y'all gonna say, man, let me get the 12 to judge me versus being carried by 6, man. I already know, because somebody start banging on your door and banging on your glass, whether they're on the passenger side, the back side, the front side,
Execute Order 66.
That's what y'all doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I know that y'all doing. Yeah, what happened to him? Yeah, I'm just trying to protect me and my family, man. This automobile is the extension of my house. I don't watch too many movies. And that's just how it is. That's how Sinners, when you go back and watch Sinners, that Chinese woman or Japanese lady, she belongs to the streets, because they was all secured. It was all secured. And she talking about, hey, they gonna go get my baby. They gonna go get my baby. Well, you go out there. Yeah, you go out there. But she literally, in that movie, when I was watching the Sinners, she the one invited them all in. It's her damn fault. It was that lady fault. Because at the end, if you go back and watch Sinners, they'd have been okay to sunrise. The dude was just calling her bluff, talking about, I got all your memories. I know where your daughter at and all of this stuff. They would have been perfectly okay to say in the morning time, we gonna check out everything. We gonna just stay put. That's all they had to do, just stay put until the morning time. But she done fooled around, got full of it, said, y'all bring y'all in here, come on. You know, it was her fault. It was her fault. She messed it all up. and when they were all coming here, I'd have been stabbing her. And then she died. Look, she literally died, and I know y'all should have watched Sinners by now. She died the first clip because she stabbed one of the dudes, and then she caught on fire. And I said, ain't this about her? It's her fault. It's her fault. It was her fault the whole time. Shoot, I get it, you know, but at the end of the day, I got this one more thing. Just letting y'all know. If you're banging on my automobile and you busting out the glasses and you attempting to pull the door handle in, you might try to strangle me from the back. I'm just going to be like I said.
Execute Order 66.
FBI, open up!
It's an evil world we live in.
And at the end of the day, for that lady on Sinners,
she belongs to the streets.
Yes, exactly what I would have did. From the 469, Pastor Tim, you live on The Nation. Talk to me, man.
What's up, my brother? Man, I am blessed and great. And man, highly favored, brother.
Yes, indeed, bro.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you right now, man, you know, I'll say the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. When I would say when training camp come, and you know, I was thinking we come in with an attitude of
the conference has been locked.
We're gonna knock the socks off. We're gonna. I want us to get aggressive.
Yeah,
aggressive we ever could be. I want us to fight like dogs, not cats.
Like dogs.
Like dogs. I want us to come in to show each other what discipline is. The leadership. And I ask myself, what happened to the leadership, my brother?
Yeah.
What happened to the 90 that 90 energy we had back then?
Yeah.
What happened to that glory days when we have that excitement, and when you lose the game and we rip up everything, we was so angry at it.
Right.
By losing. Don't get so happy and excited by losing.
Mm-hmm.
Get angry, man.
Come on with it.
Tell your answer, I could do better. I could do better than this. I could play better than that.
Yeah.
I could store better than this. So I won't store in sessions constantly. So it takes. It's saying you can't be perfect, and then you never can be perfect in that field. But you could get better. You could get better.
That part.
And better.
And better.
And play stronger. And you can say, you know what? I could do this. I could receive. Mm-hmm. I could show how much passion I have with this team. I could show how much anger. I mean, how angry I could get. I mean, I could do it like a dog.
Yeah.
I could show this to my coach. I'm chosen. I could make this team. I'm chosen. I could do what I asked to do.
Come on with it.
But you gotta show it. You gotta show me discipline. Don't just say it you are and you not. You picture out there you not. Tell yourself you are disciplined.
Come on with it.
You can do it. I can see. We need guys who's passionate about this. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking, what we do is it's a better thing. As the Cowboy Nation, I think it's better to be a better team.
No doubt,
I think it's better to, man, we could do it, brother. And I say that, man, if we do that, if we come with the attitude like that in training camp, this team go get better and stronger and glorified. We're gonna be like in the 90s, glorified days. So, and after, that's what I want to say. And I want to say this, man, to the hurricane victims. 90 people, and I want to say this, man. The church and everybody behind the victims and their family, and I'll pray, my prayers go out to them. And let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Prayer changes things.
It does.
Prayer changes things, brother. It do. And God, like I said, man, God come first, not you. And let me tell you something, man. God say, you know what I'm saying? If you bring me with you, I'll wash away all your tears.
Yes, indeed,
I'll wash away
man.
all your tears.
Appreciate you, man. In closing, Pastor. Yeah.
And your plane. This is closing. And your plane. So, like I said, y'all be encouraged and be strong. And remember, how about them Cowboys? In the name of Jesus, God bless everyone.
Yes, indeed, man. Come on with it. That's Pastor Tim. He preaching from the 469 for your mind. Appreciate him on all that he may do for the Cowboys and beyond. Prayers goes out to the people that's been hit by the flood and all of that. All right. With that being said, I got from the 202, Big Amish. You're live on the nation. Talk to us.
How about them Cowboys? Y'all.
What's good with you?
Hey, thank you for the opportunity again.
Anytime.
Just wanted to, thank you. Just wanted to talk about two things. Adversity again. It seems the coaching staff's going to have to address the Turpin situation, among other things. But just, again, I want to talk about adversity and then on the cheerleaders real quick as well. But regarding adversity, how I envision the season, right? Because no one's perfect. There's only been one perfect person. We could strive to be perfect, right? But, we could strive, but we're not going to be perfect. So we know we're going to go through adversity. I see the season, manifesting, I hate to say it this way, but we have to go through adversity to bring the team together. There has to be losses, at least at my envision. What I envision is the first half of the season is going to be shaky. It's going to be humbling. But the interesting part of being humbled is that you start looking in the mirror and realizing who you are, right?
Right.
And at least that's my take on it. And then it makes everyone humble. If you can't do this, what is your special power? Then you start focusing on that team. What makes sense for the team? Is it a running attack? Is it whatever starts working, right? It's not so much always about the win. It's about getting that unified cohesion of a defense, offense, and they're feeding off each other and getting ready for the playoffs. So I see basically it could be 4-4 or 4-5, but I want that run towards the end of the season where everyone, whatever doubts you had during that period of time in the beginning of the season, it starts gelling, because then you start believing not only in yourself, but you believe with the person you're with next to you, your teammates and the team. So that's what I'd like to, that's what I would like to see, where that gels towards the end of the season and making that run. So that's why I say 10-7 season to me, as long as they make the playoffs and they have that run towards the end, that's what I would like to see. That would make the unity of the team special.
Right.
That's what I see. But what are your thoughts on? I would like a perfect season, but that's not happening. But what are your thoughts on having the back end kind of run?
I mean, the rough terrain, the rugged one is always the best way, So humility with dignity, if we can continue to grind through that, it's just about the unity. And we shouldn't be perfect week 1, week 2, week 3, but we should strive to be that. And if we can gather together some wins, some close wins, hey, that would be the great thing for the Cowboys. And I think that's the way we're heading. I think we good stride down the edge of this season next year. So, Big Amish, you're right.
That's what I would like to see.
I'm right. I'm following right with you with that part. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the cheerleaders are concerned, that cheerleader you showed before, I was actually shocked to see that. That players are actually, to me, I mean, it sounds like a lawsuit to me, but there shouldn't. I mean, I don't know how intimidated you were, but there's no way football players should be even close to cheerleaders and screaming at them. It just rubs me the wrong way, especially since hold our cheerleaders in high esteem anyway. But that was a little troubling seeing that. So we got to protect them.
Got to
protect our heifers.
Right, most certainly. I appreciate you so much. What else you got before I let you go?
Yeah. That's it. Just want to give a big, how about them Cowboys, y'all?
Yes, indeed. The voice of Amos right there. That man got a voice. Every time he call in, the ladies on the sidelines. The ladies are always used as a pawn, especially in war, right? We let me give you guys my big Amish impression. The ladies in war always the pawn. The reason being, when you watch those movies, especially Gladiator or Spartan 300, they used the ladies as pawns. They said, we will ravish your ladies. We will use them as SXA, slaves, right? So the men gathered together and they made sure that they find ways to protect the ladies. Now, the Cowboys, heading into the 2025 season, we should be all secure with all of the ladies on the sideline by showcasing our alpha male mentality. And that's right. Sounds of Soft Souls, Hits and ODs, brought to you by MJ from the 206. You in the mix. You're live. Talk to me.
What up, Law? How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. What's good?
Law got him that quick. I like, what the hell?
Sounds of Soft Souls. What's going on with you? Yeah, remember.
He was late at nighttime at 6 in the morning.
Hey, man, it was late, man. That's when the cops are out, they try to solidify their quota. Here's the truth, though. The truth of it all is that when you work in the night shift, when you work in the late night, wee hours of the shift there, you're trying to get promoted. You trying to get to the day shift. You got to get promoted with your citation awards and stuff like that. And it's just one of those things that, is going to happen if you're out there and about. It's just how it goes.
And it's a nice neighborhood, too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Can't do that, especially.
And this weekend, like this past weekend, shoot.
A black man late at night in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
They like, who that? Pull him over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he just, it ain't really done nothing. Cause I don't blame him though, cause how evil we are, man. The black man, crime on crime. I ain't gonna lie, late at night and you got money, boy. Cause the blacks, how we be killing each other, man. He better have something on him. I hate to say it, y'all.
It's just this is all a misdemeanor, man. This is not nothing felony wise. This is just fines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they probably waive one of them. And if you come in there with a good head on the shoulder, they probably drop one of them. It's in Collin County.
Give me some.
Collin
County.
Give me
some cash. Yeah,
it's in Collin County. So they probably work out with something.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong. Yeah, ain't nothing like he went to go rob somebody or something.
Yeah, that part. Yeah,
that part. But we getting close. Got 2 more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Camp about to start. So I just want to see the trenches, the trench war. You know what I'm saying? And you made a good point about that DN. I was telling somebody that too. I said, man, he did better than the Penn State pass rusher. And my friend's like,
Abdul Carter, yeah.
Better. Yeah. I said, and his technique, his skill set is cold-blooded. That boy got so many moves. So that's going to make our tackles, they're going to get so much work going against all them guys in camp. Man, it's going to make them good. So it's good. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No doubt, man. So what else you got for me, bro?
Man, that's how I used to call in about the
Man, you
Turpin thing, 'cause,
consistent, man. You consistent, bro. You call in every day, man. That's a good thing, bro.
Yeah, I used to call in and check in. You know, you just cited. You gonna get that $300 a day?
man, we working on something, man. $300 a day, that's a lot of money. I'm out there for somebody times 300 times 14 days or 2 weeks. How much money that would be, you know? So that's a lot of money, man.
That is a lot of
money for Jerry, you know. Yeah.
Jerry, there's some. Ooh, wait. Let me see.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna add it up for you right now.
Yeah, go ahead and add it up for me, man.
Let me get that for you right now. 300. What the hell is stupid shit?
Yeah,
they putting a new thing on it. Okay, 300 times 14 days, $4,200.
Yeah, nobody got all of that. Jerry, you charging too much, man. You charging too much. Come on, man. It used to be $300 for the whole
crazy.
Thing. Yeah,
that should be $300 for the whole $4,200. God damn.
Man, but you got it, man. Go ahead and send me by like 15, 30. Yeah, just send me about $1,500, man. You got it, bro.
Man,
send about $1,500, man. Support Law Nation.
Your president killing our pockets, man.
Put something on it, man. Give me $500 now. I know you got $500. You got $500. You gonna send me, bro?
Man, them bills that hit my butt so. Whoa.
All right, man. $50, man. You got $50. You can send me, bro. $50.
I'm gonna come take you out for some food.
Okay. All right, you take me out, man.
I'm gonna treat you. Yeah.
I want me a tomahawk steak now. You know.
You want one of them steaks? You don't want no damn steak.
Well, give me some food then. I'll give you some food, man. Give me some food then or some shit.
Now we gonna. Well, you gotta let me know what place you gonna be at.
Okay, I let Red Robin, man. Shoot.
Yeah, Red Robin's is good, though. You like Red Robin's, huh?
Yeah, I'll get Red at the collections. We'll meet there, bro.
Okay, perfect. You know, I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna treat Law. I'm gonna treat Law now, y'all.
Yeah, and
Law gonna do like the Law gonna do like the women do. Spend like $500.
Yeah, I'm gonna have yeah.
What's this shit? You gonna eat all that?
I'm gonna eat all of that. I'm ordered from the highest part of the menu. Yeah.
Hey, and then get a doggy bag.
And get a doggy bag, and then order the Alaskan salmon too. You know, put that to go. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
You too, Law. How about them Cowboys? And we ready. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. All right. That's my guy, MJ. I forgot to ask him, did he hit up VIP?
Goodbye.
Yes, indeed, boy. Yeah, I got a very expensive appetite there. You know, I'm going to shake him down at least $5, man. Yeah, yeah. Red Robin, good. We meet up every year, Red Robin. It's been such a tradition now. When I go in there, the GM, the sales manager, the front cook staff, they're like, yeah, you was here. You was here last time, wasn't you? I got a space for you, you know. Me, Mark Holmes, we had a great time out there, and we're going to continue to do that. With that being said, this whole thing, as it relates to the aspect of Kavante Turpin, who remember when Nate Newton, and I hate to bring this up, but we're going to bring it up just for context. We talking about 2 ounces. We talking about 2 ounces for Kavante Turpin. Who remember the storyline when Big Nate Newton was hit up in Dallas or what have you, or doing those things, and Nate Newton was pulled over? Yeah. AI Tisha, can you pull up that storyline about Nate Newton, what happened to him, and how he was pulled over, It was, let me give for context, it was similar to with Kavante Turpin, but can you give us the amount of pounds that Nate Newton had in his automobile? Can you find that information for me, AI Tisha?
Nate Newton was apprehended with 175 pounds of marijuana in his truck last December.
Wow. Can you really expound upon that story? I know I cut you off. So we talking about 175 pounds, versus 2 ounces. Come on, can you break that down?
Nate Newton was apprehended with 175 pounds of marijuana in his truck last December. He pleaded guilty in April to conspiracy to distribute and possession with intent to distribute. Newton also was fined $25,000 and ordered to perform 250 hours of community service, lecturing students about the importance of avoiding drugs. By pleading guilty, Newton avoided a possible 20-year sentence and a $1 million fine. He is scheduled to report to prison on October 8th. Authorities found $10,000 cash in his truck and the marijuana in an accompanying vehicle. The driver of the other car, Charles DeAndre Howard, 25, and a third suspect, Billy Crenshaw, also pleaded guilty.
Damn.
At the time of his arrest, Newton was free on bail for a similar incident in Louisiana. He is accused of driving a van with 213 pounds of marijuana on
God, dog, oh boy, hey, God, oh, shit. Shit.
November 4th, 2001. The case is pending. Newton played 13 seasons in Dallas and was named to the Pro Bowl 6 times. He also helped the Cowboys win 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s. He retired in 1999 after playing 1 season with the Carolina Panthers.
Dang, girl, you on it, girl. Dog. So, man, we talking about Kavante Turpin. This was way back in the days, man. So, Jerry, Malden says he did it twice. Trying for your mind. So, if anybody knows of these cases, man, it's all circumstantial, So what I'm getting at, man, don't criminalize Kavante Turpin. Now, granted, we've seen how big Nate Newton is for us and how he helped contribute for us to continue to propel ourselves. And at the same time, he's a good guy. And to be fair, Nate Newton was bringing a few pounds. Oh, my gosh, boy. Hey, President 6060 says, to be fair, Nate just left Shreveport serving my daddy-in-law when he got caught with a Louisiana, allegedly. Yeah, so all of this stuff is circumstantial. All I'm getting at is that, man, let off of these guys, man. We all fall short of the glory, right? They kept it hood and Brown. So ain't nothing new under the sun. But, man, we talking about 2 ounces. How many, somebody do the quick math. How many ounces will it take to equivalent 213 pounds? How many ounces is that? Can somebody put that number in? Yeah. So can somebody let me know? Yeah, man, Shays, good Lord. Law Turpin needs his first team reps taken away. I don't know how Shotty is going to handle that. Maybe, Shotty is smart enough. He told literally players, he told the players that I want legends to be in the building. I want legends to bring their rings and everything. Well, the first people that I'm going to really have a sit down with, if I'm Shotty, is have Nate to talk to Kavante Turpin. That's the first thing you can do, just to keep it real. Hey, Big Nate, I'm going to pair you up with Kavante Turpin. Come on with it. Yeah. That's 7,668 ounces. Thank you for all of my people, my trap people that is watching today, man. But if you want to do it a secure way, man, you want to do things right and proper, you can always visit Rogue Shop. They would deliver They will drop it off at your front doorstep, and it will be concealed. You don't have to worry about the authorities and all of this stuff. They have vitamins. They have Stay Cool, Delta 9. They have all of this stuff, hemp flowers for you. And if you're going through anxieties, depressions, this is a better way for you to take it this way. And when you download this app or when you use this website, just be sure to understand that you have to be 21 years or older. And on top of that, this will be probably better than any, and I mean that, any pill that you can take. So be sure to visit our partners, Rogue Shop, and they will take great care of you. And hey, Law, how do you get Nate's number? This is Paul. Well, you get Nate's number with the fact that you reach out to Rogue Shop. You get it that way, and then let me know once you did it. Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, we had a great time today. I appreciate y'all love. I appreciate y'all support. We hit the 2 o'clock moment. And for those who are out here struggling.
In Texas, we're dealing with great loss from these horrific floods.
Frenkel.
And these floods have robbed us of the lives of many people, including painful as children. Many lives have been lost, and these babies' lives just robbed from them.
He's going into details of that, and then we have the conspiracy theory hour before we go.
So today we're going to hit on the floods in Texas, and my heart goes out to anybody who's been affected by this. This is just nuts. The government keeps doing this nonsense over and over again, and today we're going to talk about it. So why did I say the government? Well, let's go to Texas government weather modification tab. Check this. Weather modification and control means changing and controlling or attempting to control and change the natural development of atmospheric clouds. This is right on the Texas government website. So then I decided to click the operations in Texas. So it says map of rain enhancement projects. And right where the floods occur is where the rain enhancement projects are taking place. You can actually email them if you have a concern. So then I find the weather modification document by Rainmaker Technology, and it talks about how there's no environmental impact of doing any of this, same dates as when it happened, and approved by the Department of Commerce. And someone might say, well, why'd you say the U.S. Department of Commerce? Check this. Federal agencies involved in weather modification research, Department of Commerce, and these ones as well. And what's more wild is I found a bill that was shot down in Texas to ban all of these things just before all of this, but they decided not to pass it. And then I found this one where it says weather modification has been taking place in Texas since the 1890s. So when people are like, oh, the weather is so crazy, nothing is real, that's for sure. And it's kind of controversial. So then I decided to look up other times in which weather modification has gone horribly wrong. Well, we know about the floods in Dubai, we know about the floods in North Carolina. I mean, I can name a bunch. So basically they're just messing with the sky. See these towers right here? That's what they're using right there.
I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I knew that there are some people that can pour water out of the natural sky, free source of water. They may be onto something right here of creating these chemtrails to create the weather.
And then they combine those towers with this nonsense that they spray up in the sky, and basically they dam up the sky, and then there's a great flood in that area. And on that note, I would research cloudbusters so that you can counter this nonsense, because they're just going to keep orchestrating these events unless people get together and say, I don't want this anymore with the government, or do something about it. So today we're going to...
So with that being said, let me get on out of here, man, before we get hit up with
FBI, open up!
Oh my gosh, they done got me, y'all. So let me get on up out of here. Hey, but what I'm gonna say is, with all and everything, everyone that's listening, just be cautious. Be cautious of your surroundings. Be cautious of your environment. The things that we are seeing now, we are more closer than the Matrix than we think. Says a lot about resources on how things are being moved over here. Just keep in mind, the Grand Canyon was once filled with water. The river of the Mississippi once flowed the opposite way. Life itself is very, pretender. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. On one extreme, I showed you a clip or gave you audio of 213 pounds of that stuff. And it was very bad for that particular day. It's Cowboy's legacy. And then all yesterday we talked about 2 ounces and a handgun. And many of people perished because of a flood. There's also been reports of blue water falling out of the sky. Where you getting at, Law? Well, I'ma just tell y'all, we living in a real different world these days. So all I can say is, keep your head high, stay lifted, prayer it up, Godspeed. Ain't this right, Morales? But the ultimate judge of this, regardless of what's going on, believe it or not, we are still rocking with the silver and blue. Cowboys. The beat of our heart is still beating Cowboys. As I sprinkle in some high vibrational content and low vibrational content throughout the day, just keep your mindset sharp. Keep your thoughts together. Jerry Jones says yellow water from the sky may be pink. Oh my gosh. Shout out to you, Jerry Jones. Always keeping the great laughter together. But if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I will ride with brother, roll with brother, live love and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those men you should never call a friend, because they bend their lives around the truth to meet their end, Cowboy Nation. They bend those lies. The airplanes emptying out their toilets. Jerry, you crazy. But at the end of this particular podcast, can y'all do me a huge favor? Hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond.
What's your point? What's your point?
Jerry! You crazy, Jerry! Let's get on up out of here. One love. Let me see some blue hearts in the chat. Some white hearts in the chat. Let's get it. One love. DC for life, not for short. And roll those Hey, Eric Stewart. I see you in the chat, man. Send me about $20, man. I know you got it, bro. 15, 10, or something, man. You gotta send me something, bro. I want to see your name on the end credits. Come on. Don't zone me now. Come on.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Law Nation, let's get it, baby.
I wake up,
Law
thumb down that
Nation.
No drip this, tell them run it up.
Yeah.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might
what we tell them?
Stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, thumb down that
there you go.
No drip this, tell them crash, might
Eric, Old Head Young Bull.
Come on with
$17.99.
Philly, come on. My guy Chill Modigo come through. Appreciate you, Eric. Put his name up there. Put his name on the end credits, y'all. Let me get out of here. Come on.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Yeah, not mine. We gonna put your name at the end credits.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up
to my name. I wake up. Come on with it. Roll those credits. Stretch. Look at Eric Oldhead. Stewart. Appreciate you, man. Stretch. Come on with it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Yeah. Shout out to you, Holly. All right. If you're a Cowboy fan and you see Eric Oldhead Young Bull Stewart name up there and you got the resources and your name is not up there, I got something for you, man.
It's an evil world we live in.
Shame.
Don't let the Eagles outdo you now. Come on with it. And you. Let the street lights. The longest outro in the land. It's dangerous. Don't let the street lights hit you. I be on. Lights hit you. Layer 2. Wherever you go. All right.
Are you not entertained?
If a paper crane can fly, then forever.
Come on, choir. Jerry said Nate Newton will smoke Turpin under the table. Oh, MJ. Come on with it.
If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Yeah.
5 strong reasons to support Law Nation for the Cowboys' Oxnard training camp trip. 1. Real-time Cowboys coverage. Law Nation delivers live updates, interviews, and in-depth analysis straight from Oxnard, bringing fans closer to the action than mainstream media. 2nd, fan-first content. This trip isn't about clout, it's about the Cowboys Nation community. Law represents the fans, asks the questions we want answered, and shares behind-the-scenes content with no corporate filter. 3. Consistent, quality work ethic. Rain or shine, Law is always grinding, producing daily videos, live streams, and breakdowns. Supporting this trip helps maintain that level of nonstop dedication. 4. Exclusive access equals exclusive content training camp gives Law a chance to network with players, coaches, and insiders, unlocking exclusive interviews and insights that won't be found anywhere else. 5. You Power Independent Media, Law Nation Sports, is not backed by ESPN or Fox. It's powered by you. Every bit of support helps an independent voice keep growing and represent Cowboys fans the right way.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Come on with it.
No. Cause I know what I'm getting into.
Nothing can do what? Nothing can do what?
Nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize.
Sing it, baby.
Lead the way. I follow.
All right.
No need to say.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you.
Come on, choir.
If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor.
Giving is worship.
Still them boys.
Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk.
Still them boys.
1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is
in
easy,
AH Newhouse fam, Law
this
is all minds.
Easy miracle.
Remember, he is
We should
nothing
be
but
able
the best.
To raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. That's it.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight.
They can come closer
Everything
than
will be
close.
alright
Yeah.
on any given Sunday.
Original they never
Depend
will
on
be.
you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on
It's an
Monday.
evil world we live in.
Yeah.
Does it better?
Until next time, DC for life. If we offended anyone today on this episode, be sure to charge it to my beard, not my heart. And if you somehow an Eagle fan and you offended, let's just be real. You just offended. Let's go and get on up out of here. Salute. Peace. I'm about.
Damn!
Give me my theme music.
Damn! Damn!